Welcome back to Era 1, Diamant here. I want to run through one more enemy wave scenario, normal difficulty, but I'm going to change things up just a little bit. The previous video, we focused on using facilities like light and heavy facilities to start building mech guns and things like that to defend ourselves with. I think this time, and then let me turn him down just a little bit because he's going to start explaining some stuff to us. I think this time I'm not going to build any of those. Let me get these harvesters started. That's hotkey H, and they should actually get started. So instead of going here, actually let's get this frame started just so that we're ahead of things. And then when I go to utility, resource drop points, and you get 2 of them. I always want 4 drop points set up. So we'll let them start building here. I think this time, instead of building facilities like light and heavy facilities, we're gonna skip those. We're not gonna build them at all. And which means we're not gonna have any mech guns, any warships. We're not gonna build any ships whatsoever to defend ourselves. We're just gonna do it strictly through the command center. So that means we're gonna need to pile on some modules, get some guns, start working our way towards shields, and making sure that this can actually stand on its own. So I figured this would be a nice little, you know, end to the beginner phase. Like, we'll run this experiment just to see how viable it is, and then next week we'll run some more scenarios where we're kind of up in the difficulty and kind of pushing things a little bit. But I don't know for sure. I haven't, you know, built on the fly during a scenario while getting attacked, built a ship yet, so I just want to see if that's actually viable. These modules, the thing we're gonna run into, every one of these modules will actually consume, excuse me, what I'm trying to say, it's gonna consume crew. Obviously there's resources, but it's gonna use crew. So we don't wanna build too many of them, but we do need to give ourselves build points. Ways to actually extend our ship, because when we start doing like crew quarters and things like that, you can attach the crew quarters, but that's it. That's an end cap. Like, you can't build anything past that, so you can't extend the ship any further. Now, we've got a drop point there. Once I see 1 or 2 of these guys starting to come back over, we'll then build 1 or 2 more collectors. The first wave should actually be here in a few minutes, so we probably have like 6 or 7 minutes. I would imagine I would want to get maybe 3 or 4 turrets up and running before that happens, so that we, like, it has this little mini gun. Like, this little thing right here is actually a little tiny turret, but it's not much. I mean, it's like a little, yeah, it doesn't do much of anything. So we're gonna need some turrets up and running. These 2 ships, I was thinking about it. I'll just leave them up, these 2 Rangers. They're just the most basic ships you can get, and it gives you them automatically in this scenario. So I'm just gonna leave them up, and maybe for that first wave, these 2 will help while we're getting the turrets up and running. Turrets do use, oh yeah, here we go. Now that we've got this guy coming out, they should start depositing resources. They don't do it very fast, though. Oh, and I can turn things up now that. There we go. Game volume should be a little bit better now. So they're waiting in line to drop off. Yeah, and they are finishing this drop point off. We'll probably get ourselves, I think, like, how many scavengers do I have right now? I have 5. Maybe we want 8, I think. It'll be tough because I don't have enough drop points to support that, though. But we'll let this get up and running. Nope, I don't need the tutorials. The other thing we're gonna run into, and I think I was beginning to talk about it and wasn't able to finish, was energy. Like, all turrets are gonna use energy, our shields are gonna use energy. So we need to get energy production up and running as quickly as we can. I don't like the solar panels. I don't like using because they don't produce a lot of power, and you get eclipses, and so you run out of those. I'd actually like to get up to at least nuclear power. I think quantum takes a little bit of time, like, you can't research that right away, but nuclear you can get to right away. The only risk is you have to protect these. Like, if a reactor blows up, then that's going to cause tons of damage to your ship. So alright, so the next focus is going to be on turrets. Alright, you are waiting and not doing anything. Why? Nope. Ready, you can just go mine that one. Nope, that one. Yep, you don't have to wait for these guys. Alright, let's get one more. One more scavenger working, and then we'll put a couple of modules on the front here so that we can get some
Building
turrets.
underway.
I think I'm gonna go get 4 turrets.
Scavenger ready.
We may have to recycle some of this and change things up later, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. There we go. So next wave in 5 minutes. It's actually 5 minutes, and then it'll take a few minutes after that for them to actually get to us. So we still have time. All right, how are we doing? We've got 6 scavengers right now. And these guys are building. We got our first 4 turrets. I think also, too, now I'm not gonna do, you can run multiple, which I didn't even see this before, but like you can run multiple build queues at the same time, which will be nice. We'll end up using that later, but right now we don't have the economy to support that. And with energy going to be a problem in just a little bit, I think what I would like to do is get maybe 2 solar panels up and running. And then once we're almost done building all of this, we're gonna get the research going. Because we need to start... At some point, we're gonna need medium turrets. These small ones will actually do a pretty good job. I mean, these... Well, it's not built yet. Once it's there, they actually do a decent amount of damage and they track really, really well. So I just remember from our last playthrough, these turrets were holding their own and doing a pretty good job of helping defend the ship. So I think we'll be all right. But these modules are going to start taking damage as they get attacked, so you can build, once we get the research going, you can build armor plates, or even more important right now would be shield generators. So, but shield generators are they're pretty greedy when it comes to energy. So I think the first thing before we do any of that is to get our energy production up and running. So we got the autocannon coming up. We're still not at a point where we can really get our resources, or really get our research going. I think once we get 4 turrets, though,
this is fleet intelligence. An initial analysis is available.
We can swap over. Yeah, so once we get these turrets up and running, we can then swap over towards focusing everything on research and going from there.
The analysis also shows minor
The trick is going to be how to place these modules so that we can continue building and not get buried, because the crew quarters, warehouses if we need it, these nuclear reactors when we build them, they're going to consume a spot. And I think what I would like to do, instead of building, I think last time I built these reactors underneath, like I put one sticking up that way and one sticking up this way. I think I'm gonna tuck them into the structure itself. So I really need to turn all those tutorials off because they're constantly popping up on me. So I think what I would want to do is we might build these reactors out this direction so they'll stick out. It's an end cap, so I can't build something on the other side of it, but we can build one and then put some structures around it and then build some more. And then we can just sort of encase the, we can encase things like this nuclear power reactor within the structure itself. And that'll also give me extra connection points or build points on the top and on the bottom, so I can place armor and shields, more collection points.
Autocannon turret constructed.
Yeah. So let's see, where are we in our turrets? So we've got 3 out of the 4 built right now. Then once it's done with that, it's going to switch over to these solar panels, which, I mean, it's not a desperate need, but it'd be nice to not consume all this energy.
Gather more.
Yeah, you can tell right now, like, the command center gives us 6, but we're going to be using 6 just from the turret. So the moment this last turret finishes, then we're going to be in a deficit. And then research also costs energy as well, depending on what we're researching. So it's going to drain out pretty quickly. And the moment you run out of energy while we're getting attacked, things will start shutting down and then the ship will start taking damage. So we definitely need to prevent that. What we're waiting for now, though, is for these guys to dock up, and I just don't have enough, I don't have enough resources to spare to build another couple of these. That kind of is the debate, though, I'm having in my head right now is, do I immediately start going after research, or do we build a couple more of these scavengers? I think the answer is to build a couple more scavengers. That way we can start getting our economy snowballing a little bit. I'm thinking at least 8 to 12 would be what we would go for. And then we should be good. We should be able to lay off. We should be able to lay off the scavengers at that point. Alright, so the turret is constructed. I mean, are these expensive? No, they're not super expensive. Yeah, so one scavenger is gonna hold probably about 5 resource units. So these 2 scavengers will automatically give me all the resources I need for this. So then let's use the excess to produce another scavenger.
Solar panel constructed. Maximum
Actually,
energy production increased.
I would actually like to... I'd actually like to get 2 more. Once this guy lands and starts transferring, we should see a little bit of an uptick. Alright, that'll work. The solar panel's almost done. Let's do the second scavenger.
Scavenger ready.
Ready for action.
And you can tell
Solar
we're still
panel
at a huge
constructed.
deficit.
Maximum energy production increased. Scavenger ready.
Okay, there we go. So we've got them all harvesting. We've got an enemy wave that should be hitting us soon, right? I thought there was one coming a little bit sooner than this, but that's okay. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah, we got one that's about 25 kilometers away, and then the next one coming after that at in about 7.5 minutes. So now we're getting a little bit of surplus of resources.
The enemy has
So
found us and is attacking with fast recon
yeah,
fighters.
we'll be okay. There aren't that
Defend
many
the
of them.
command center. Building underway.
Alright, so let's get 2 of these up. And then we're gonna throw everything into research at this point. I feel like I'm doing too much at once, but we'll see. Now that we've got, how many total of these? We got 8 total scavengers right now, so I should be able to keep up. And with these 2 solar panels, we'll have enough energy to keep up with the demands of these turrets. They really do take their time getting to you, though, so you do have a lot of time. I would imagine once we start cranking up the difficulty, maybe next week, we'll start messing around with, like, harder and harder difficulties. I would imagine there's going to be more waves and they're going to hit you faster, and the waves themselves would be larger.
Constructed.
Okay, so our first research facility should be finishing right about now. I think really fast. I am going to... It does tend to get up a little bit in volume, so I'm gonna go maybe about 10% less on the music. I mean, I've seen some complaints about the music in this game. I actually like it. I think it does pretty well. But it does get a little bit loud, especially when you've got a microphone side tone in your ear like I've got right now. Alright, so they're on their way in. The research center is about halfway done. We've got a surplus, so let's use this. Let's go to 2 production chains. So then it'll work on both of these at the same time, and you can see it's really starting to soak through the resources. But we've got enough to where one guy is coming in as another one is taking off. Alright, so now I'm curious. Now we're gonna have a little bit of help from these 2, since the game automatically built those for us. Oh yeah, as far as damage goes, yeah, you can tell, like, the guns are, I mean, they're not incredible, but these are decent guns. They're actually, if I can click on one, they're way better than the stuff we're fighting, so that's good. Yeah, I think we're okay. Now I'm assuming you have, yeah, so he's full. So we're actually already getting to a point where we might actually use another extraction point. Well, actually, let's get our research going. So first thing I want is fusion energy, because we're gonna end up with being desperate for power pretty soon. So let's get that started, and then I think I would actually like to get 2 more extraction points. Or collection points, I think is what I'm... Yeah, drop points. Jeez, I'm not even calling them the right thing. So let's go. We're gonna expand out in this direction anyway. So then let's get some drop points going. Because I think they've got that under control, so we should be perfectly fine on the defensive. Now, are they attacking any of my scavengers? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, you can see the turrets track really well. It lets you know every time it hits.
Got one.
Structural module.
Nope, we're good. And then there goes one, just blew up there. God, this game is gorgeous. One thing I would actually like to see, just to have the ships look a little bit better, is I wouldn't mind if these looked a little bit different. Like the open face, like you could still keep the option to build on here, but maybe this looks a little bit more attractive until you actually build something on it. Maybe it has like a skinny little armor plate on the end here, instead of just kind of an open face. But that's just aesthetics, I'm not super worried about that. Alright, so let's look at our research. No, we don't want to extend anything. We're already spent. We're spent on resources.
Resource drop constructed.
And actually, once the drop points are both in, I would like to get maybe 2 more scavengers. I know I said that would be good enough, but I lied. Yeah, because we still have empty drop points. So we'll focus on 2 more scavengers. And on our research, we'll start doing, we'll queue up harvest rate. So once nuclear fusion is done, we'll go to harvest rate and we'll start boosting
Research
up.
underway. The resources at our disposal are depleted. Gather more.
Yeah, I know we're depleted. And then I'll actually queue up utility speed. So yeah, so the next few batches of resources are gonna go back towards our economy. Now, we're gonna wear this out eventually. I mean, we're in good shape right now, 23,000 here. I don't think I can actually mine any of this. Yeah, no, I need extractors. I need, like, mines for this, but we're not gonna have that for a while. So we've got a few rocks left that we can get, but we will eventually, I don't know if we'll get to that in this episode or not, but we'll eventually need to move over here, because right over on this side, we've got a whole ton, maybe like 150,000 resources right over there. So we'll have an outlet. We'll just have to keep an eye on all this stuff over here, just so that we can move the moment we need to. There we go. Now we've got an energy surplus. Now we've got a resource surplus.
Energy. Technology acquired.
Let's go back to utilities. Get me 1 more scavenger. And now we have a ton of drop points. We'll have a ton of scavengers. And we'll be getting these guys boosted up. So what do we need next for research? I think what I would like to do next is defensive field.
Research underway.
Because we're gonna start putting some force fields up
Ready for action.
just to protect the ship. I don't think we'll be desperate for it for a while, but I mean it's good to have it in place right off the bat. Now for guns, let's go ahead and do another row of guns. I actually think... No, we're gonna keep them in the...
Harvest rate. Upgrade. Acquired.
Well, now that I'm thinking about it, we're probably gonna need... Because we do end up with ships that are gonna start sneaking around the sides and behind us. So we're gonna want to think about... No, we're not gonna do a bribe. We're gonna want to think about building some turrets in the center of the ship. Now, it's gonna look weird and chunky in the beginning.
Building underway.
Because we're building stuff as we need it. Ooh, wait, I can't do it symmetrically. That's okay, life goes on. Let's get a nuclear reactor here, because then once I get 1 or 2 of these nuclear reactors, see, we're gonna build it like this. So I'll probably put it here, and then we'll be able to build some modules around the side. That way it'll give us more building and connection points, but it also means I can start putting armor over top of these power supplies as I need to. I think we're gonna do 1 here.
Building underway.
Alright, how are we doing on resources? And then once this gets built, we're going to scavenge this guy. He should be done in just a moment. Now we've got 2 assembly lines working. We might have to cut that down to
Nuclear
1.
power reactor constructed. Maximum energy production increased.
Yeah, so let's take you, and we should have right down here, you can hit O, and it'll recycle it. I don't know if it actually gives me all of the resources back or just part of them. Yeah, you can see the health going down. This is a way to get some of the resources back, and you see our resources kind of climbing here. I don't think it gave us all of them back.
Nuclear power reactor constructed. Maximum energy production increased.
Yeah, see, that's a
Wave of
much,
enemies moving towards your ships
much
has
bigger
been
wave.
intercepted.
So let's focus on turrets.
Building underway.
And then let's put 1 more in the front. We're gonna build this out further, but we're gonna have some in the front, and then we're gonna put some in the back here. Let's do the back first, because I think we'll need that earlier. I don't think the facing actually matters, because they're gonna do
Building
180
underway.
degrees. Alright, so let's get underneath.
Structural module constructed.
Okay. And then once that is finished, we're gonna build 2 more for the front.
Building underway.
Now we're getting pretty close. We're getting a little closer to our build radius. So I think for research, and we do have enough. Okay, so they're doing defense field right now. Let's expand our construction
Research
radius
underway.
so that we're able to actually build out a little bit further. Because I think, like you see the circle
Enemy
here,
detected at
that's our
long-range
construction
proximity.
radius,
Stay
but
alert.
once we finish the research, it'll extend it out about 20%, which we're gonna need in just a moment.
Enemy detected in close proximity. Prepare for contact.
Yep, I see him.
Autocannon turret constructed.
Now, we're eventually gonna retire this, but we'll leave it there for now. I think we'll be fine. Okay, these guys lived. I thought for sure they would die in the initial assault. But no, they're hanging on. We'll see if they live through this one too. How we doing for... Alright, so we have 10 collectors right
The
now.
resources at our disposal are depleted. Gather more.
Yeah, and the constructing all those turrets is actually costing a ton of resources at once too. Looks like we're finished. We've finished a few of them though. Now the 4 in the back we haven't needed yet because they haven't snuck around, but I guarantee they're gonna sneak around the back here in a minute. And I think they're wiping out some of our ships.
Awaiting orders.
Yep, these guys are sacrificing themselves to the cause. I suppose maybe it would have been more honest to get rid of these guys or dock these guys at the very start, just so that we weren't allowed to use them, but I don't think it was that big of a deal, to tell you the truth. And to be honest, most games you're not going to do that. You're not going to... Realistically, when you play this game, you're not going to, like, you know, do all these restrictive challenges and stuff like that. But they're doing okay. Like, somehow... Like, how many hit points do you have left? See, he still has half his hit points left. You gotta give him credit. He hung on for a long time. How we doing on resources? Alright, so we're barely keeping up. So,
Autocannon turret constructed.
looking at our collection points, we've still got a lot of, we got 2 or 3 empty collection points pretty much at all times. Research-wise, our research is done, so speed and gather rates for these guys have been enhanced. So I think once things ease up a little bit, like once we're getting, once we got maybe 1 or 2 of these guys left, while waiting for the next wave, what we'll do is, we'll grab the last 2 scavengers that I think I'm gonna want. And then at that point, we should have somebody on top of a collection point pretty much at all times.
Autocannon turret constructed.
We're gonna need crew quarters soon, because we're getting close. I think we will do... Well, no matter what, I'm gonna need... Oh, wait, I can't do that yet. We'll deal with that in just a second. Let's get these last couple of scavengers.
Solar panel under attack.
That's okay. We're gonna get rid of the solar panel anyway.
Autocannon turret constructed. Scavenger ready.
Okay, so they're done building. I'm gonna wait a second. Oh, scavenger ready. Let's get you harvesting. And then let's get another scavenger going. There's still 5 or 6 of these guys left, but I feel like we're holding on. Like we're not taking tons of damage or anything.
Scavenger ready.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay. Okay, let's get you working. Alright, so he's gonna head over there. So I think while they're doing that, let's start working on crew, because we're gonna need crew quarters. So we're gonna build 2 modules a little further out this way, and then we're definitely not gonna need warehouses yet. We may run into that though. But for now, you guys are gonna live here and here. Okay, that was okay. I thought that was me losing a module, but it's just that was one of the ships. It's hard to see. You can almost see like you can almost see the wreckage right there. But anyway, one of those ships blew up.
Structural module constructed.
We're taking a little too long to actually destroy these guys.
An asteroid's resources. Command center under attack.
Let's see, we deploy. Okay, so that one's depleted.
Enemy down.
I'm debating, I'm not gonna do it yet, but I'm debating whether or not to move the ship. Now that we don't have to worry about collision, or at least we don't have our ships flying all around, running into these asteroids, we could probably move our ship over to here and tuck it in right down there. That's gonna make it harder for these guys to actually attack us. We might be able to get some of them to blow themselves up.
Are depleted. Gather more.
Yeah, I know. Alright, so they're building the crew quarters. I think we're okay. How are we doing on energy? Yeah, we're not in a deficit. Alright, let's do this. We're gonna recycle this solar panel. And then we're gonna build one more nuclear reactor.
Upgrade acquired. Building underway. Crew quarter constructed. Maximum crew capacity increased.
Are they attacking our scavengers? Let me take a look here. What am I looking for? Fleet. Nope, still 12 scavengers, so they haven't been able to really harass us as far as resource gathering, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so we've got power getting built here. Once that's completed, we've got to look at what we're going to try to do research-wise next.
Constructed. Maximum energy production increased.
Okay, so what we're doing,
Building underway.
by doing this, and put one here, we can kind of, I can encase these guys. So So if I need to, now right now I don't need to do it, but if I wind up needing to, I can put an armor plate, let me clean this off here. I can put an armor plate here that will cover both areas, and I can do that top and bottom. So we're actually able to protect these nuclear reactors if we need to.
Structural module constructed.
In the meantime,
Enemy detected in close proximity. Prepare for contact.
I think what we'll do is let's start adding to the front of our ship.
Building underway.
And we're gonna kind of taper off the end of the ship. Let's get some spots here.
Enemy presence reported.
And then we're gonna be able to build some turrets here. It's not gonna be much longer before we start seeing medium-sized ships. And so some medium-sized turrets might be a good idea. Now, that would be these guys here, I think. Kinetic, yeah, armor. You can see like the percentages there. Medium armor, does a little bit of heavy armor too. So let's go for these guys. So I need to research kinetic weapons. So let's go to our research tree. Oh yeah, look at the resources are starting to pile up. So this is nice. Well, and we've got 2. Oh look, yeah, so we have 2 production chains going, and the resources are piling up a little bit, so that's kind of nice. Let's do another angular. There we go. Alright, so we're kind of closing off the front end of our ship here. Alright, so they seem pretty determined to harass us over in this direction. I think what I would like to do then is move our ship. So let's select our command center. Let's go to move. Now we're going to want to go below, like underneath here. No, I don't want to trade with you. Leave me alone. Ah, that threw off where I was. Oy, the camera is very awkward when you're trying to control something here. Not gonna lie. Alright, so we're gonna want to move him there. And then down. And then if I let go... maybe about right there.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, so now the ship should
We're under enemy fire.
be able to move down there, get to here, and then spin back around. Our turrets, now what I'm really curious of is what happens up here. Because the ships are they're gonna attack us straight on, and I'm not entirely sure if they'll start sabotaging our workers, or if they'll run themselves into these rocks.
Can't drop off resources or wrecks. They are installed. We need to build additional warehouses.
Yep, we need more warehouses. Alright, so let's do that. Let's actually get some construction going on more of these turrets. What I would like to do, weapon-wise, is do 2 more turrets. We're gonna do
Enemy presence reported.
small turret here,
Building underway.
small turret here, and then we're gonna leave these open for medium turrets. I'm gonna do 2 medium turrets right here, and I might do 1 more on the nose. Also, let's get another set of turrets in the front here. Now this might be, that's it for the front of the ship though, turret-wise. I don't want to do more than that. Now, I'm hoping, see how he's turning? I'm hoping he's going to start going downwards before he runs into these asteroids, but it looks like it kind of looks like he's drifting down, so that's good.
Depleted an asteroid's resources.
Yep.
A new wave of enemies moving towards your ships has been intercepted.
Alright, so that's them
Kinetic
constructing.
weapon
Let's
technology
go ahead and get a
acquired.
warehouse built.
Autocannon
You can tell there's a lot going on.
constructed.
Alright, so F2, or actually F1, let's get back to our research. And what are we going to need for research? I wanted to build, for those medium,
We have
okay,
reached
kinetic
the maximum
turrets,
storage capacity
we
for resources.
we did the
Collectors
research
can't
already
drop
for the
off
kinetic
resources or
turrets, so
wrecks.
we're okay
They are
there.
installed.
What other research would we like to do?
Warehouses or resources. containers.
Let's go ahead and do titanium armors. And then let's start working on defense fields, because we're going to build some shields. Within a wave or two, we're going to reach a point where they're going to be doing some actual damage to us. And you kind of can notice here, if they get behind us, we're almost like a Star Destroyer at this point, where we've got this big back end here where they can just tuck in and avoid all of our fire.
Constructed.
So that's a bit of a problem. Alright, what does our construction radius look like? So if I wanted to build more stuff, what's that going to look like? Oh, we are right up against it. Yeah, so we're not going to be able to do too much more going backwards. Let's do this. Let's build out to the side. We're going to go here and here. Here and here. What I'm mostly focused on is gun placements. What I would like to do is get a whole bunch of gun placements in the front, get some shields, maybe 1 shield, 2 shield, and we'll place the shields on the bottom because we'll have the points for them. But we'll go shield, shield, and then get a shield in the back since we're getting skinnier. And then once we're able to extend our build radius out just a little bit.
Structural module constructed.
Yeah, once we're able to kind of extend our build radius out just a little bit to the back, we'll start doing more facilities here. But so far, so good. I mean, this has been totally viable. I mean, I think we're about 35 minutes in and they haven't come close to destroying us. Now, what we've got is this next wave, the one coming in about, well, no, yeah, there's one that's about 6 kilometers away. We're actually getting these thunder strikes. We're getting into like some decent firepower here. And I would think the wave after that is probably going to include 1 or 2 medium ships. So we're going to need 1 or 2 medium turrets built up before then. There we go. So yeah, so he's sliding in place.
Maximum storage capacity for resources.
All right, fine.
Can't drop off resources.
Yeah, I know.
Wrecks. They are installed.
I know, I got time, I got busy talking and thinking. I apologize. All right, so let's do, oh, actually, we'll do some warehouses here. So we're building, and then how's our research look? Defense field. I'd like to get to, we need repair bays for sure. So I'd like to get to the next tech era. So let's see here. Let's go to utility health. We'll queue that up. Let's do 2 researches at the same time so that we can suck some of these researches away. And then we're doing 2. Yeah, we're doing 2, wow, 12 harvesters or 12 scavengers is really loading us up on resources. So that's actually kind of nice. Crew, we're actually still doing okay. Power, we're okay for the moment, but we're gonna need more power pretty soon. Like, the moment I start building more of these, like, small and... Oh, yeah, see, I think those guys died a lot faster. I'm curious. I bet you... Now, I don't know this for sure, but I'm willing to bet these rocks slow these guys down. Like, they can't fly all around, and so it's much easier for our guys to hone in on them and hit them.
Upgrade acquired.
Ooh, yeah, so that might be the technique. Maybe, I'm totally speculating because I don't know for sure. But it almost seems like the tactic would be, if you have a warship, or just a warship, tuck them into the rocks so that your turrets have free access to everybody.
Under attack.
Yeah, see, they're doing damage to my nukes. Alright, so we should be able to build shields at this point. Where are the shields? Are they under the frame? No. They're not under the armor. Rotator, angular, basic... it's gotta be under utilities then. Yep, defense field generator. Alright, so let's get shields going. Now this is gonna suck up power like crazy. Let's go here. And we're gonna build 3 of them. This might be overkill. Now, I feel like they are taking damage, but I don't feel like... We haven't lost any turrets. Our power cells are good. It was just that lady screaming we're going down, and I'm just looking at it like, what's the deal? Let's look at our... Actually, where's our... Oh yeah, we lost a harvester. That's where the I'm going down kind of deal is. Alright, well we lost one harvester. It's okay. Shields will be up and running pretty soon. And they're dusting off that wave. Yeah, so we're down to 11 harvesters. Not the end of the world. Let's build one harvester to replace it. Energy-wise, these shields are going to take a bunch of energy. So right now we're up 10, but we're going to need more power. So let's build 2 more nuclear reactors.
Ready? Defense field generator.
Yeah, I hate doing it right there. I feel like I've tied myself into a corner.
Defense field activated.
Okay, so the shields are up and running. Well, 2 of the shields. The third one's about to go up. Yeah, you can see it. See, it's starting to suck away our energy. We should have these 2 reactors built before, though. They do 10 apiece, I believe. Yeah, energy plus 10 per second. That's per reactor. So we're going to get up to about 56. So we're going to be good there. And then we'll have enough for like 5 or 6 more turrets.
Maximum energy production increased.
Let's, while we're here, let's go ahead and... I think I'd like to get the medium turrets up and running. Now, I don't want... Actually, we're going to do medium turrets right here on the wings. And we're going to expand out in this direction for, like where is my... Let's go to frame. Oh, it's hard to tell. Yeah, you can see the build circle here. Okay, so the largest amount of space I have is on the side. So we're going to be building sideways. But anyway, let's get these medium kinetic turrets up and running.
Building underway.
Now we're going to overkill a little bit and give me 4 of them, because we're going to want that eventually. So I'm going to have 4 medium turrets. Now, what we're also going to need to keep an eye on is getting enough medium and light turrets built into the back of the ship. So that might be our next goal. The shields are covering pretty much the whole ship. It looks like these little, looks like these guys are kind of sticking up. Maybe we might put, if we have extra energy in a little bit, we'll put maybe another shield generator right here. Or somewhere towards the top. Let me look and see where... Yeah, energy, resources... Alright, we're keeping up, but we do have a stockpile of resources. Crew, we're doing totally fine. Tech era... Alright, I need to just... Because we're not building...
That the enemy has upgraded their systems.
Let's do...
Now possesses stronger defenses and more powerful attacks.
Kinetic turret.
Let's do structural signet. Let's just start doing generic research, because we've got the resources for it and we need points to get to the next tech era. The reason I want to get to the next tech era is... And I don't even know where they are. There's repair fields that we can... Let's look. I think maybe they're in the frame. Now, where are the repair... Oh, they're facilities. Repair bays. So, yeah, we need to get to Tech Era 2 in order to build repair bays. They're probably... Yeah, they don't consume that much energy. It's only 5 energy, so, yeah, we'll be okay. So as long as we can keep power up and running, we've got good shields, we've got a ton of guns, we've got 4 medium turrets at this point to take care of any... to take care of anything big that comes at us, and we're in pretty good shape. So what we'll want to do next is build out the rest of this back end here, because we're going to need turrets to protect the back of the ship. And I think if my plan works, I wanted to go here and there. Yep. Yeah, what this does, I don't think I'm going to need to at this stage, but what it does is it gives me build points so I can either add things or I can stick armor plates to cover up some of these more vulnerable areas. And worst case scenario, I can get rid of turrets if I need to, and move turrets more towards the back or the sides, and then I'll have these spots to be able to put armor down as well. That way they won't blow up the whole ship just because they take out our armor. We are gonna wind up needing, oh yeah, see, look at, we need more energy already. All right, so let's do it. Utility, let's go nuclear power reactor. I feel like I'm gonna regret this,
Building underway.
but let's build 2 of them here. We still need to do, all right, well, let's at least encase these.
Structural module constructed.
All right, can I build there? Yes, I can.
Building underway.
So that at least puts stuff around them so they're not like the first thing that are gonna get shot. But we are gonna need another shield generator or
Efficiency
2
field
on the
generator.
back,
Upgrade.
on the back
acquired.
of this ship. But I think we're at the build, I think we're basically at the build maximum. Like, we can't build out any further than this. We can only go out to the sides. So anyway, so we'll get this back end, taken care of first, and then we'll worry about the wings. I mean, it looks just blocky at this point, but it is actually starting to take shape. And I think, for as far as beautification goes, once we're satisfied with all the turrets, and I'll probably be putting the large turrets on the wings.
Nuclear power
Once we're
reactor
satisfied with our
constructed.
power
Maximum
and all
energy
of our
production
modules,
increased.
we should be able to put armor around it in some of these build
Structural
spots to
module constructed.
protect it and make it just look nicer, because it's a little ugly right now, but that's okay. Now, as far as modules go, like this command bridge, I don't even think and ship visibility, radar, improving maneuverability. Yeah, so combat or executing tactical maneuvers. Okay, so this is actually
Collectors
something that,
depleted an asteroid's resources.
yeah, well, I would imagine that this would be, well, no, turning speed, visibility range, targeting plus 5%.
Structural module
So,
constructed.
yeah, we might,
Wave of enemies moving towards your ships
man, I
has been
still don't see
intercepted.
anything huge. Those ones in the front, though, are a little beefy. But we should be totally fine. But anyway, yeah, I'm looking at this command bridge, and that actually does have some stuff that would benefit us. But we don't have any spots for it. That's something where maybe we build upwards, and then we have a bit of like a
Structural
command
module
tower.
constructed.
Almost like you see on aircraft carriers, where they've got the command tower there. Alright, so how's our economy doing? We're holding our own, so we're consuming the resources that we're getting. As far as our fleet goes, we still have 12 scavengers. We have stabilized on energy. We're consuming 66, and our income is 76. So how much do shield generators use? So shields do 10. Realistically, we're still gonna need a couple more nuclear reactors. And the question is gonna become where to build them. Definitely not on the outer edges. We kinda have to stick to the back of the ship. I hate to do it. Well, let's see. Let's see where I can fit them in. So I think I'm gonna need at least 2 more to complete what I want to try to do, what I'm doing here. Now, eventually, once we get to a different tech level, we'll be able to replace this with like quantum power and storage batteries and things like that. Now, it's gonna let me, nope, see, it won't let me build there. So that's it, that is the maximum. Let's do this. Let's put one, since it's surrounded by shields, let's put one right here. No, I don't want to do that. We're gonna put them in the
Building
back.
underway.
But we're gonna need 2 more shields. So we're gonna go like this and build 2 more shield generators underneath to protect the back of our boat. And then we'll start worrying about
Enemy
getting
detected at long-range proximity. Stay
some
alert.
turrets there. What am I looking for? Yep, utility should be defense field generator. That's what we're looking for. So let's get to, we're gonna put these there. And
Building
there.
underway.
Put them right
Nuclear
under the power
reactor
generators.
Constructed. Enemy detected in close proximity. Prepare for contact.
Now, I'm curious.
Maximum energy.
Wow, look at that. Oh, nope, they destroyed one of my things. Sorry, guy. I think that was one I built that I never assigned. So I never told him to do anything, so he was sitting right in front and they shot him first. Poor guy, sorry about that. Alright, so they're building, and we've got 2 shield generators that are going up. We've got more than enough power for it. So let me see what it'll actually let me build in the back here.
We'll crush your defenses. We'll crush your hopes.
Yep, can't do it there. Alright. So what I would like to do, we'll build one more just to cap this off.
No mercy for the weak.
Actually, no. We'll flare out the end. Let's do this.
Building underway.
And it looks like they have this well in hand.
Defense field generated. Constructed. Defense field activated. Target destroyed.
Alright, so what we're trying to do is flare this out. There we go. And that kind of builds, that makes you a corner. Yep, that one right there.
Structural module.
And that right there. Alright, so that extends us out to the sides. Now, I think on the top we're going to want some heavy turrets. So maybe some heavy turrets mounted here and here. So those two spots are going to stay empty. Alright, how are we doing? Alright, let me look at my fleet, 'cause I'm hearing a lot of distress calls. Now we still have 11 of these guys, so we're still okay.
Structural module.
I think they're just panicking for nothing. We're gonna be okay. Alright, so these guys are getting built. Now what I wanted, though, was turrets for the back. And so what we're gonna need is, let's get to some of these autocannon turrets facing backward. Oh, we can't. Nope, we're at our build limit there, so we can't go out further. So all that's gonna do is protect
Structural module constructed.
Protect the items here.
Module constructed.
Alright, so let's get a turret in the back.
We're under attack.
And we'll put one right there. Alright, so am I allowed to build here? I am not. Oh no, I built this the wrong direction.
Your end is near.
What we'll do is we will get...
Structural
I can build here.
Structural module constructed. Building underway.
And I can get here. Is that symmetrical? It is.
Enemy presence reported. The area is
I don't think it
not
matters
secure.
what. I don't think it matters what direction they're facing.
One more kill.
There we go. So that's 4 light turrets for the back if they happen to sneak around. This guy we need to correct. And then let's recycle that.
We're under attack.
So he'll slowly get rid of this guy, and then I'll be able to place one that's that's facing the correct way. What I want to do as well is get some medium turrets. Now, in order to do medium turrets, you know what? I keep changing my mind on this stuff. I hate that it's not going to be symmetrical, but I think I'm going to do these standard basic module pieces on the caps here, and then I'm going to do medium turrets top and bottom. Yep. And then we go back to weapons, and then we're going to do these kinetics. Ooh, nope, we're at the edge. We can't do it. Well, then let's do it right here.
Building underway.
And we're going to go top and bottom. I don't think that's the best angles.
Autocannon turret constructed.
Let's see, let's make it symmetrical. So we're gonna want to go right there. And then it should be right here. Oh, all my description's getting in the way. There we go.
Underway.
All right, so that's it. That's it for light and medium turrets. So the next item of focus is going to be getting to the next technology age. Which, how close are we? We're at 96%. All right, so now that we've got, we're a little spent on resources, but we can, we're getting ahead of it. So let's see what we would actually want to get. We can start getting into spatial sonar. Let's research warp drive. That should get us to the next tech era. And then once we're there, what we'll do is we will start, and because I don't have the research options right now, but once we're there, then we're going to start researching. I think what I would actually like to get are, no, none of those. I think some of these either plasma or these heavy kinetics, most likely the heavy kinetics. But anyway, one of these two is what we would actually use for our heavy cannons. And the reason we're going to want maybe about 4 heavy cannons is this is the ship we would use to start attacking the bases from long range where they can't actually strike us. So what I need is some very long range. Heavy turret, support, construction, nope. So the heavy kinetic, it requires heavy turret support, slowing targets, medium and large size, these plasmas. Yeah, so it's these plasmas. So these plasma cannons are what we're actually going to want to build. But I don't think I have the... Yeah, see, plasma cannon's not here.
Kinetic turret constructed.
So it wouldn't be until the next technology cycle.
We have reached maximum crew capacity. Build additional crew quarters.
Yep, so we're going to need crew quarters.
Prioritize their construction.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so let's get the crew built. And now that I'm looking at it, this game's easy to lose track of time with. You guys... Let's build, as far as crew quarters go... Yeah, we'll build you... No, because I wanted the bridge to go there. So crew quarters, we're going to have to extend down on the bottom here. So we'll build one here and one there. So we'll have some crew quarters going on the bottom, and they should be protected pretty well. Okay, so we are going on. We're getting pretty close to an hour. So I think we'll call it here, and I think the experiment is successful. So the answer is yes. At least on normal difficulty, it's perfectly viable to not build any ships whatsoever. And no met guns, no warships, no anything, just focus on the command center and build it out to something that can easily defend itself and do just about anything. I would probably say spending another 1,000 crew on a few more guns and such should make this able to do anything you need it to do. Then you would have another 5,000 crew to build out an actual fleet. And then you'd have like this monster mothership there to support them. So anyway, I thank you guys for watching. I'm going to call it here. Next week, I'll dive a little bit more. Maybe we'll crank up the difficulty a little bit. But I think those first 3 videos are a really nice way to kind of explore it under normal conditions. So, all right, guys, like, subscribe. It really, really helps me out. I appreciate the support you've given me so far. And I'll see you on the next one.